10 on your side is your local election headquarters. We are 1 week away from Election Day. The race for president remains neck and neck, including several key battleground states. But what about in Virginia? Capitol Bureau reporter Tyler Englander has the answer, new at 5:30.
Randolph-Macon political science professor Rich Marr says despite the fact that former President Donald Trump is scheduled to make a visit to Virginia in the campaign's final days, Vice President Kamala Harris remains the odds-on favorite in Virginia. With the 2024 presidential election entering its final days, Vice President Kamala Harris maintains a 6-point lead over former President Donald Trump in Virginia.
It may not be as big a victory for Kamala Harris as it was for Joe Biden in 2020, but it still looks like Harris should be able to win Virginia fairly comfortably.
Despite Randolph-Macon political science professor Rich Marr saying Harris is likely to win Virginia, former President Trump does plan to visit the state on Saturday, holding a rally in Salem. Marr says that's likely to try and bring national attention to the ongoing fight in Virginia over the state's process for removing suspected non-citizens from the voter rolls. Last week, a federal judge ruled the process, which has also removed eligible voters, is likely to violate federal law.
It's almost like Trump's visit to Virginia is not about the election itself, but what happens after the election. It's trying to raise questions about the vote nationally and what Democrats are doing with immigrants.
Meanwhile, in the race for U.S. Senate, incumbent Democratic Senator Tim Kaine holds a 13-point lead over Republican challenger Hung Cao.
That doesn't mean that, the miracles can't happen or that Cao couldn't win somehow, but it just seems really unlikely at this point because he was such a red meat, rock solid, almost red-blooded conservative who is willing to say kind of extreme things. But that means that there's little that he can do now to try to get moderates over to his side.
And now you can vote early at your local registrar's office or satellite location through Saturday, or you can vote in person on Election Day a week from today. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Englander.
10 on your side is your local election headquarters. Before you cast your ballot, check out our full voter guide on wavy.com. Our special coverage page also includes candidate profiles, important dates, poll information, and much more. It is under the News tab.